I'm not even circle good. You know, say YouTube now give me the option again. Good night. Good night. When you can't see me good, I should have said so. Alright. I forgot to get my vlogging chair. Want a white one. I'm comfortable right here, so. It's on my workstation. Good night. You know, Raga called me already, guys. So good night. Welcome to the live. Auntie Dana here. As you come, please to like up the live. Press the like button, like and share. And tonight we have immigration topics with Dr. Immigration Extraordinaire Ragashanti will answer your questions. As you guys know, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, has stepped into office and he has started a lot of process for removal of persons who are illegal. He has implemented a lot of law that he's going to change. Some already been changed, some of them is in the process of opposition from the other parties and persons who feel as if these laws aren't right and they are taking him to the court. So there's a lot of things going on. And who is the better person and the most right person to answer? For the persons who message me as I finish the live, the questions that you give me, I will put them straight to Ragashanti. If it is best for you to stay home, not work, I don't know if Ragashanti can answer that because he has an immigration lawyer. I don't know where the immigration name will turn up. So all those questions, I'm going to put them to him. Let's see if I can see the comment. Comment on the background, yes. I'm going to put them to Mr. Ragashanti. But before we do that, please to like up the live. Please bear in mind that this is an open topic show where persons are free to voice their opinion, ask questions. Please do not be judgmental. Please do not try to tell anybody that this question will make no sense. Please be respectful with the comment section also. Rangers and admin, Boshaka, and everybody on the live who have the capability of being a ranger, please to remove any harmful and disrespectful comment. Before Mr. Ragashanti gets here, I am only seeing 197 likes, and I would love for you guys to like up the live, share the live, and if you are not yet a page, hi Princess Rose, please to subscribe to Auntie Dana page. All right, like, share, and subscribe to this page. Tell a friend to tell a friend. All right, and the phone number to call is 5600 710 5600 710. I'm gonna get my water and come back. I'm gonna bring the water. My daughter, one of them gone and one of them drop asleep. So I have to go get up. So please to like up the live. I only have 265 like. Alright, yeah, that no plan cash up this. I may have 600, I don't know. I'm gonna call Ragashanti in a few. Alright? Bubble gum. I'm going for my buckle of water. Like up the live, guys. Come on, sleep. I mean, the bubble gum that tastes like tea. Bubble gum tastes like pill. Please to like up the live plankers. Like, share, and subscribe. 300 no man, I don't do better than that. Please to press up the like button. Oh, I forgot to know this, Mr. Call him, pan. 9:20, I'm tell him 9 o'clock. You know, say YouTube have want something we can add him to the live. I never remember if I said it. Good night, Raga. Welcome. You gone to your bed, man?
No, actually, they are weird that thing.
I am so sorry. Come here, tell them to come, but we didn't in the bathroom.
No, man, look at Peckish take me somebody that line up like a sardine sandwich, you know.
Okay, Mr. Ragashanti, we put the phone a little eye where them can hear you clearly. Mic check, mic check. Alright, so I'm going to set up my laptop. Give me a laptop. Laptop next week, so when me call, you can dip on the screen with me. I'm going to set it up. Alright, so Mr. Ragashanti is here, and you guys know he's an immigration lawyer. And what better persons to answer all your questions? Not on this live, but you can call him. He's gonna give out his number for persons who want to use him as their immigration lawyer and queries and to take up any case for them. All right. But that is not what we are talking about tonight. Guys, please remember, Mr. Ragashanti, go ahead before me talk.
First, I want to apologize to people for eating. Never right now with some people may tell you that I'm hungry. We didn't eat for a long time. So, most of us are Jamaicans here, so Caribbean people and things. So just work with me. Again, like Auntie Donna said, me to answer some questions. I can't stay too long tonight, but I'm here to answer some questions. One of the things that is coming up a lot is the whole thing about birthright citizenship. I'm not going to get into it, too much about the academic part of it. But what it is that he has issued Mr. President has issued an executive order for it to be abolished, on the way forward. And the general consensus out there is that it is enshrined in the Constitution, so it would be pretty much impossible for him to do so. However, I am one of those who will disagree a little bit about it, because if there's one thing with this man, at some point you have to realize, do not take him lightly. I can't tell you how many times said, oh, this not gonna happen. He would never be able to do that, and he make it happen. Let's just be real, right? And he make it happen. Also, for this to stay, it would mean that the Supreme Court have to agree with him. The Supreme Court presently has a 6-3 conservative majority. So they have 6 people there who are basically Republican appointees. 3 of those Donald Trump appointed them. And this Supreme Court has demonstrated that, they have telegraphed that they're pretty much in support of Donald Trump, right? When Colorado had, the Colorado Supreme Court had made a ruling that he was not eligible to be on the ballot to be president and whatever, this Supreme Court quickly fast-track a ruling and said, he is. But yet when Jack Smith was doing his prosecution of then candidate Trump, the Supreme Court not only stalled it right down to the end, but ended up making a very controversial ruling by saying essentially the president is immune from all prosecution if the president is doing an official act. And the Supreme Court did not venture to define what an official act is. So basically, the president can do anything and say it's an official act, right? And then now, to the point of birthright citizenship, there's a clause in the amendment that granted the birthright citizenship that has to do with that, any person who has jurisdiction in the United States. And I think that is where the Supreme Court is going to go to say, well, if you're undocumented, you don't have jurisdiction in the United States. So you cannot, your children cannot be entitled to birthright citizenship. Justice Thomas and Justice Alito, they always rule with Donald Trump. Justice Kavanaugh and Justice Gorsuch, they're right behind Justice Thomas and Alito. And then the two swing votes from the conservative side is Justice Amy Coney Barrett and Chief Justice Roberts. Now, those two, they could go either way. But for right now, I think he has 4 votes locked, and he just needs 1 more. So I'm one of those who, even though most of my colleagues, fellow lawyers, and other scholars on these matters are consistently saying that this is enshrined in the Constitution, so there is no way that this can get through. And already you have states that have come together, led by New Jersey and a whole bunch of other states to contest, the executive order from the president here. What you have to think about now in a practical sense, and I want you to listen carefully. If you're a U.S. citizen and you had a child outside of the country, that child is right now, at this moment, is entitled to automatic citizenship. That is, if you're a U.S. citizen and you have a child outside of the country, that child is entitled to automatic citizenship. But I strongly recommend you file an N-600, it's a certification of citizenship. An N-600, I can do it for you, or you can go to any other lawyer to do it, and that will certify the citizenship. You're entitled to the citizenship doesn't mean you have it. And if you don't have it, any card can't play it. Additionally, if you are a permanent resident and you had a child and then you became a citizen, I strongly advise you also to protect your children, give them the bulletproof protection. File the N-600 with me or with anybody else, any other lawyer who know what they're doing, and certify the citizenship of your child. Okay, so that is there's a whole bunch of things going on here. I just wanted to make some comments on that one in particular. Separate from that, if you have any filing that you need to do, I strongly suggest that you do it. If you're a green card holder, you're protected. But if you can file for your citizenship, I think you should. Remember, green card holders can be deported. You're not protected the way a citizen is. Okay? Also, if you're a green card holder and you walk out on the road and somebody tell you to S your mama, ignore them. Ignore them. I tell you, say you must make people box in your face so you take it. But now is the time for you to avoid any conflict, even when you're in the right. Just avoid it, because put on dog now the same look. Jackass said the word on a level. We're living in a climate right now where you'll be in the right, but because you look certain way or you come from another country or whatever, you don't know what God can play. The idea is like, do not put yourself on the radar screen as much as possible so that you don't have to be interacting with these people. So don't make anybody drown out there. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. Be proactive. Be conscious. Put your pride aside sometime. When the time him win, you always have these people who come up and them just get bright and rough and tough with people and things like that. I'm strongly encouraging you all, even in your legal status, just avoid certain situations that will put you on the radar screen for some sort of ruling to be made about you, okay? All right, so I'll take some quick questions now.
Okay, before you do that, Mr. Ragashanti, please introduce yourself for persons who might be new to the live and give them your number of contact so that they can reach out to you.
Yes, my number is 929-400-1249. I prefer if you send a text, for initial contact. That way I can get back to you quickly and just briefly tell me what your matter is about. Again, 929-400-1249, 929-400-1249, 929-400-1249. Send me a text.
Okay. So, Mr. Ragashanti, first question first, Auntie Dan, I want to ask, because I'm reading my phone. Some of them are afraid to call in, as I can see. So, the first question, that when I came off the live, I said I pinned this question. Somebody want to know, is it safe for me as a illegal immigrant who does not have his or her paper, can't say what it is, to go out and work normal like how I used to do? I am afraid to go on the buses and I am afraid to go in at work. I'm fearful of they holding me. I have my apartment here in America. Everything is in there, is for me. I started out life, I am now working, but because of these policies that Mr. Trump has come out with, for us who don't have any stay here, should I go out and work? I am afraid. Okay, the next one.
In general, I want you all to know, I want to remind you again, that there's a lot being said out there. It's the hot topic, and there's so much being said, and a lot of it is baseless. There's a lot of rumors going around. I would encourage you all to be careful and exercise, a reasonable amount of restraint in allowing yourself to be anxiety-ridden and to be upset and to be anxious and to be scared and all of that, okay? That being said, the president and Tom Harmon, who is what is referred to as the border czar, who is overseeing the deportation, they have said, and they made it very clear, that initially they're going to go after the term they use is criminals. So it's people in the country who are undocumented and they know who they are and they have some sort of criminal conviction with them, right? So initially they're going to go after those people. Then right after that, they're going to go after the people who are already in removal. Now, when they say in removal, it has to be a court-ruled removal. So you have to understand this distinction. If you overstayed, it can be said you're automatically in removal, particularly if you overstayed for more than a year. But that removal is different from if you had been to the court and the court said, you are now in removal, right? So they're going after the people who are in removal and the people who, the term used, who have some sort of criminality on their record. Those people alone is somewhere in the region of 1.7 million, 1,700,000, 1,800,000, right? So, and to give you a sense, the last fiscal year for ICE, they deported the most people in 1 year since 2014, when Barack Obama deported about 400,000. But since that time, they haven't deported that much since just the last year. actually under the Biden administration, which was 270,000, right? So, make we say double that to about 500,000, a little more than 500,000, right? So, yeah, look at a minimum the next 3 years before them, for them to go through the initial group where them target. I'm just saying this to say that if they follow what they're saying, then the groups that they're targeting will give you a sense. Now, if you're in removal, then you're going to be a target, right? If you are undocumented and you're in the system with some criminal, conviction or whatever, you're going to be a target. But if you're not in that group, you did fly in and thing and you overstay and you work and you pay tax or whatever, this and that, it's less likely that they're going to come after you. So I'm just going by with what they said and just explaining to you that if they follow what them said, then, there's a whole set of undocumented people out there that they will not be looking at. And the other thing is, this is my calculated speculation, right? Is that they're going to be going after big things, big spectacular raids to make themselves look good. So they're going to work that if there's a place for some them get reports a whole heap of undocumented people over there, so yeah, them are going to go there, right? Is it the case where you're going to just walk on the street and them grab you up? I don't think that would be a judicious usage of their time and their resources, right? They want to get a lot of people, so they're going to, my best guess is they're going to go places where reports are that there's a lot of undocumented people, whether they have it in their system or somebody reporting. Now, will that mean, for example, say, if you have a big place now where, for example, say, it's a place where them take care of elderly, right? And say a whole heap of people them working at that
Field, yes.
Now, yeah, so if somebody said, yo, over that building there, most of the people them over there will take care of the people them over there. So I think that them undocumented, that might happen. Right? That might happen. But is it the case where you're going to pay one bus and then come for you? I think that is less likely. If you work at one home where just you alone over there, I think that is less likely. But remember, if you're undocumented, we're just keeping it 100, keeping it real, you're vulnerable. Also, keep in mind, they're going to go mostly after blue states, right? That means Democrat states. That is where them going to make, them move. And additionally, keep in mind also that even though New York is considered a sanctuary state, and New York City considered a sanctuary city, meaning that these are states that will not cooperate with ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, who's the one who's going to be doing the apprehension and the deportation. Remember, Mayor Adams recently went down to Mar-a-Lago and do the proverbial kiss the ring, to the point where the president, is, a big him up and thing. And he has come out and said that he'll be cooperating with the deportation processes and things like that. So it's up in the air now whether New York City, can be considered a sanctuary city anymore and things like that. So I'm just updating you with what is out there already. And most of you have heard that. So I don't think it's a case where them going, expend resources on snatching people individually. Now, one person over here saw a person or on a bus or whatever. I don't think that is the case. I mean, in Texas, they did board buses and then just start check everybody. And the U.S. immigration law authorizes them to do that, to spot check people up to 100 miles from any coast. So, so New York City, where they're near to the coast. So, yeah, them can end up and do that, but I don't think that will be their focus initially.
Okay, Mr. Ragashanti. For those who are here watching and don't know what is the blue states, could you explain to them, point out the blue states for Auntie Donna?
Blue states are Democrat states where mostly Democratic people vote, right? So, New York, Massachusetts, but you have blue states that they're not going to focus on too much because a lot of people not there, like Vermont and Maine. But like New York, Massachusetts, with Boston, that's when you hear they say they're going to Illinois, that is Chicago. They're definitely going to go to California. Florida is a red state, but they're going to go to the Miami area. Maryland, that I don't know what Delaware is like. They're gonna try to go. They're gonna go to Jersey. They're gonna go to Maryland, and they're gonna go in the Virginia area. Even though Virginia is a swing state, but where Virginia borders, DC and thing, they call down there DMV. You can be sure that they're going to go there. Washington and Oregon on the West Coast, all those 3 states that are on the West Coast, Washington at the top, then Oregon and California. They're going to go there. And then they're going to go to cities. So you might have a swing state, but there are certain cities like Las Vegas, for example. They're going to go to Las Vegas. Over in Colorado there, they're going to go to certain cities where if you have a Democratic mayor in the city, they're going to go there.
So rest assured, Mr. Ragashanti, as you would say, you're not 100% sure of persons saying that they can go to work. You cannot concretely tell them, say, precisely tell them that, okay, you can go to work, no immigration is going to come at your workplace. He's not, and he cannot tell where they will going to go. He said they are going to go to certain state. So what he's trying to explain is that no means that if you work at one restaurant and them in the area and them raid, or you're on the train and them raid, he cannot pinpoint and say, go out today, you're safe. That is not, he cannot tell nobody that. So the person who asks me, you have to go out there and just trust God. All right? Secondly, Mr. Raga, I have another question here. Guys, you can call in, and if you don't want to call in, but if you're afraid to call in, please just send me a message. Mr. Ragashanti, I was supposed to get married last week to get my papers sorted out, but it didn't went as planned, and it is now put off till February. I am an illegal citizen, and I just found somebody who loves me. Is it true that the marriage can't go on again because I was told so by the pastor that he's afraid to get us married and a few other persons? Is it true that I have to go back to Jamaica and my husband come down there?
That is not true. That is not true. You can get married. And again, this is another instance where, people are just flinging around information, and which is by design by some people to spread fear, because they're very explicit in saying that they want to instill such doubt and fear in people that people will self-deport. That is what they want. But they say with what this person just said with this marriage, that is not true. If that pastor won't marry you, make another pastor marry you, okay? But once you're married and you have that marriage, so you can apply the next day. You can start put your things together, and then as you're married, you put in your application the next day. Years ago, when I was getting my thing started up, me married, and the next day I put in my application.
Wow.
And I do that for clients all the time. You're married, you can send in your thing the next day. Of course, you have to make sure so you have all the particulars. And I want to remind you that immediate relatives, a green card is available to them immediately on approval of the I-130 petition for alien relative, which is not the case for other people. And who are immediate relatives? Fine. People who marry, spouses, right? Husband and wife, of U.S. citizen. If you marry a U.S. citizen, you can adjust status, right? So the immediate relatives, who are immediate relatives? Husband and wife of U.S. citizen, parents of U.S. citizens, and minor children of U.S. citizens. Let me say that again. Immediate relatives can adjust status inside of the U.S. Them don't have to leave. Them can stay here and adjust status. You file an I-130 petition for alien relative, and you file an application for permanent residence or adjustment of status, the I-485, and you can do your work permit with that and thing, and you can do your advance parole for travel with that and thing, with your other forms and affidavit of support and all them something. But those people, they can stay in the country and adjust status. Now, other people, such as, for example, adult children of U.S. citizens, siblings of U.S. citizens, right, and so forth, married adult children of U.S. citizens, you have to leave the country, right? And then when you apply, you're placed on what is called a priority list. I don't know the wait time, right? So if you're an adult unmarried child of a U.S. citizen or whatever, that'll take about 8 years, right? If you're sibling, brother and sister, of a U.S. citizen, unfortunately, that'll take about 15, 16 years right now. If you're an adult married child of a U.S. citizen, that'll take about 14 years. If you're unmarried, that'll take about 8 years. However, there could be some instance where you can apply for a waiver to stay in the country and adjust status. But the standard for that waiver, to prevail with that waiver, to stay in the country, while you're being applied for an adjust status, you're going to file what is called a 601A waiver, right? But the standard for that is that the reason why they will give you the waiver is to the benefit of a permanent resident or U.S. citizen that is experiencing extreme hardship. So let's say, for example, now, you're a 35-year-old person, but your mother is a citizen, right? And you overstay. Now, if your mother filed for you, you'd have to go leave the country because you're not eligible to adjust status because you're neither the parent of a U.S. citizen.
Interjection, Mr. Raga, 1 minute.
Minor child of a U.S. citizen or a spouse. But if you apply now for say, immigration people, may I ask you to give me a blight through the 601A waiver because my mother is terminally ill and there is nobody here to take care of her and I just me alone. If we can provide evidence, like say if me I do something like that, I'm gonna say, all right, go get the medical report to your mother, go get it up because she have to be really, really sick or something like that. Get that and bring that come. Just so and so and so and so. And if when me put the case together now, and them can say, well, the mother really sick for true based on this evidence I was here, so I wanna send another relative to take care of the mother. And I decided the only person to do whatever, we're going to give this person the 601A waiver. Right? So that is the only way. Well, you have employment. I'm talking about family-based filing now, but so I'm not going in the employment realm. I think it's a whole different kettle of fish. But I'm just saying that there's the possibility of filing a waiver along with your adjustment of status application, and they were going to look on the waiver first to see if you're entitled to the waiver, and if you're entitled to the waiver, they'll allow you to adjust status and stay in the country. If you're not entitled to the waiver, they must say, the waiver is not approved, you're going to have to leave because you're out of status and you're overstayed. And again, people, just one more time, the number to text me, it's 929-400-1249, 929-400-1249, 929-400-1249. One more time, 929-400-1249.
Okay, Mr. Raga, while I was saying interjection, there's a lady here say, hey, Auntie Dana, I'm asking Mr. Raga this question. My mom came up 3 months ago and I put in her papers. They tell her that she had to go back to Jamaica and wait till the paperwork come through. Is that so?
It shouldn't be so if she's a citizen. If the person do the filing for her mother is a citizen, and if she waited 3 months, she have to wait 3 months after her mother come up, more than 90 days before she can file. If you file before the 3 months, it going to cause complication. It's this arbitrary thing then put up to say, if you convince an interviewing officer at a U.S. consulate or embassy that you're just coming to visit, but then if when you come to visit, you immediately apply to stay, then they're saying you deceived, the process. You deceived the immigration officer. You lied because you did not come up with a file. So what they come up with, they said there's this arbitrary number at 3 months. 3 months must pass, and then so reasonably after 3 months, them can say, yeah, well, somebody did come up for a visit, but then them end up, something happened and thing and whatever, and then I'm apply for stay. But don't apply before that 3 months, else them are going to deny until they say if you leave. So if she's a citizen and she's filing for her mother, then her mother can adjust status and stay in the country. So if them tell her say her mother have to leave, probably she's a permanent resident, an LPR, legal permanent resident.
Okay, so I'm typing to ask her if she's a citizen. All right, you're typing. Next question. Mr. Ragashanti, I came up here on the work program, the hotel program. I did 1 year, I did 1 year and 6 months on the program. Unfortunately, when it was my time to extend my stay, they declined. But because I was in a job that was paying me very well, I did not go, and I did not try any other way to get my extension. I am now working in the job same way, but I don't have any papers. I am terrified, Mr. Ragashanti. It has been over 7 months now since I did not reapply. I, is it okay for me to try, or because I overstay after my permit expired? Will I be able to get back a permit? I am so afraid, and I am even afraid of the lawyers because the state where I'm in, it's mostly white lawyers here. Auntie Dana, I need his number. Ask him what's the best option. So this person is basically saying, Mr. Ragashanti, they came up on a hotel work program. They worked for 1 year and 6 months, and after that, they did not renew the permit. So that individual was told to leave, but they instead stayed because they had a job. They were in the job same way. So the person is saying, is it okay for them to retry back, although they were told to go home?
Yeah, they can retry. They can retry. When them said told to go home,
by the company that they work with.
By the company. No, they can retry.
So although it is 1 year and 6 months now since they finished, and it's 7 months now that year without papers, is it okay?
No, 1 year and 6 months since
They
they
work
finished, but
for.
7 months now they're without paper. I
Yeah,
don't really
so
understand.
the renewal ended 1 year and 6 months.
6 months.
But they are
No,
working now
the
for
renewal
7.
ended after 1 year and 6 months, and that was
Yes,
7 months ago.
yes.
Um, there's wiggle room there, but when she say apply again, what she mean? Apply to where?
To see if she can get back a different permit.
A different work permit?
Yes.
Yeah, she can apply for that.
Okay, so
Yeah, she can apply for
okay, I'm
that.
gonna send her your number.
And it's in. There's wiggle room there because she hasn't passed 1 year.
Okay. All right, so guys, Mr. 1,900 and Auntie Dana getting a like, so no like up the live, man, please and thank you. Okay, so Mr. Ragashanti, I work in a food establishment. I work in a food establishment. I had reached out to Auntie Dana a few weeks ago to explain to her that our boss said that she's letting go of all of us who are there illegally because she don't want to face the penalty. It's a bed and breakfast kind of restaurant. And we are all afraid. Some of us are from different places. I do not wish to name where I'm from. What can I do? Because it's hard for us to get a job. We are very good workers, but our boss is telling us that she can't keep us anymore in the company because of what is going on. And we are in a state where it is threatened for immigration raids. Lord Jesus.
Well, darling, you just have, if you haven't, if you're basically saying, no, you just have to find, to see if you're eligible for some other way, whether through marriage or if you have an immediate relative here where you can adjust status, or you have some professional capacity where you can get a waiver and then work for a company or something like that. But usually for the skill set that is in bed and breakfast, that is not something that that's not the skills that are under certain employment visa that you can get. They're very very specific with those. Sorry, but it's one of those things. If your boss said she get your employee again, you have to get into the system in some way with a filing, to have some degree of protection and things.
Okay, Mr. Raga, next one. Give out your number in the meantime for those who just come. Wrenchers, you can pin up Mr. Ragashanti number, please. Our admin, go again, Mr. Raga, before me read this.
Okay, the number is 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. I also want to explain to you people that for the consultation to discuss your case is $120. This is standard with lawyers and things like that. We get paid for our time, and our skill, our knowledge base and so forth. But again, often have problems with people who want to call. You just imagine if a whole bunch of people are call me, talk to everybody. I don't get anything done, and I'm not compensated for my time and work. So I just want you to know that consultation is $120. Consultation is $120 for up to half hour. Consultation is $120 for up to half hour that you have to Zelle to me.
Before.
Okay, or some other way where you can get it to me or whatever. So I just want to put that out there because sometimes people call and they, I know y'all are going through some rough times. I know you have a lot to share and things, but the time for me is very important and critical. Okay, So again, the number is 929-400-1249, 929-400-1249. Send me a text and just briefly explain your situation, because if you don't have to pay for a consultation, I will tell you, I will say, no. No pay me no money for no consultation. This no need for your pay or whatever. So just send me a text and briefly explain your situation. Okay,
All right,
next question.
like up the life, guys. Okay, what if you come here straight through marriage and UPS post office can't find your green card that USCIS sent you?
No, you can request back one.
Okay.
Yeah, man, you
The
can
person you
request a
can
replacement
request
card.
back one.
You can request a replacement card. That is not a
All right,
problem.
the lady prior says she's a citizen. Good night, Auntie Donna. That's about the mother here if they put in the thing. Good night, Auntie Donna and Raga. My husband's green card has expired for about 3 to 4 years now. We have been married for 6 years now. How should we apply for his green card or citizenship? And can he be deported because he didn't renew his green card? Whoa.
All right. If your green card expire and he's still in the country, he's okay. It's just a matter of securing another green card. Or, depending on what it is, you can apply for citizenship, right? You can contact me and I'll take care of that for you. Again, if your green card expire and he's in the country,
Mm-hmm.
then good. If somebody green card expire and they're outside of the country, and more so outside the country for more than a year and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
it's a different situation that now. It's
Yes.
hard for you to get back that thing. It can be done, but it's a little bit more difficult because, like I said, you weren't a resident.
Yes.
You need a permanent resident card. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be residing here permanently, right? The most you ever take a little trip and travel and thing, you might go on a Ragashanti trip to Thailand or Ghana or whatever, but they expect you to live here permanently.
All right. Okay. Hold on. Auntie Dana, good night. Please, I am begging you to keep my identity. Uh, Auntie Dana not give anybody your identity. When you send a message, please you can delete it. There's a thing on your phone to delete for everyone. I came up here on my visa from last year summer. I got a little work. Hold on. No. I got a little work and now my time has overlaps. I have done more than 6 months. I don't really want to stay here because of what is going on now with Donald Trump. I am also married in Jamaica. If I go back to Jamaica, Ragashanti, is there a way I will get back my visa? Is there something that I can put in up here to say why I overstayed? I don't want to lose my visa. I want to be able to travel.
Um,
You lose it
when
already.
she said she come up,
Last year summer.
I wonder when last year. So
Okay, and the person that overstayed on the visa, when last year summer, to be precise.
um, she can. Yeah, it depends though, because usually you have to apply for an
Last year June.
extension.
Last year June, me say June,
Yeah,
June,
yeah, she gone
June,
over
July,
she got
August.
no man, she gone over the 6 months, but
See, I not enough that.
no. So if she's sending, if she potentially she can sending an explanation, give them an explanation. Say, boom, me I leave now, but I just want to inform them that I had to stay over because so and so and so and so.
She have to have
And
proof.
huh?
She have to have proof why she stay over.
She don't have to, but they generally want you to support anything you're alleging with, they generally want you to support it with some evidence. But if it's a case where, she's going to leave and thing like that, I mean, it gone over the 6 months and thing, and even with the 6 months, probably when she come in, sometimes them stamp you with the I-94. I tell you, it's just 3 months you must stay maximum also. So I don't know what's in her book and thing or whatever, but she's still in a little space where she can, make an argument for something and thing, She not overstay for more than a year and thing like whatever. I just like slam her and just say, hey, you overstay for more than a year, argument done,
Yeah, and guys, as Mr. Ragashanti, you have to be careful. For somebody like she, you don't want your visa mash up. Don't stay 6 months. The most you stay a 4 months. And get a break before you come back. Well, yes, hold on. Good night. Can we contact Raga on WhatsApp using the same number? Yes. Yes, you can.
Yes. Yeah, good question. Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold it. Okay. Mr. Raga, I need your help. I got married 7 years ago. At the time, it was not for love. And the man went away with my money. And although he didn't put in any papers or anything, and I don't have any contact for him, but it was a private wedding, I still have the marriage certificate. And he left me. What steps can I take to get myself sorted out?
When did I say you get married?
7 years ago. And the person go away and never do anything for her. But she tells a private wedding. She still have the papers.
That one the tricky, I mean, there's a potential abandonment argument to be made right there, and then to have her self-petition under a VAWA. But again, she would have to have some supporting evidence to say, the man was Auntie Donna, there's some things we said to clients privately that don't really.
All right, so put out Raga number on the live renters. Give out your number, Raga. People still messaging me, asking me now. One more time. Like up the live, please. 2,000 odd people and not even 1,000 likes. Raga don't say another word till me get little likes. Please give Auntie Donna little likes. Me now beg super chat. I want to stingy with the little likes them. Not even 1,000 likes. See there? 895. I will have 2,000 odd. Please to press up the like button, guys. This is a very informative live. And what is happening now, is that only.
Remember when I do the like, I don't know if I do a tap the screen.
Yeah, just up on the screen. Touch it.
Just tap the screen.
If I have phone, you're there, if I have TV, you have to go up on the something.
Right.
Give Auntie little likes, man. That's all Auntie Dana beg. Alright? And remember, weekend, Winter Wonderland, may have some tickets to give away after the show. Alright?
I remember Ragashanti is hosting it. I'll be in Florida this Sunday hosting that. I'm excited about that.
Yes. Well, Auntie, my uncle.
Let me just remind people of the self-petitioning options. All right, listen now, self-petition option. The first one you must know about is VAWA. Basically, if you're married and your spouse filed for you, and they're being abusive towards you, it can be physical or non-physical. If them hold the thing over you for say, you have to depend on them, and because you have to depend on them, they're being abusive to you. If them beat you, if them force you to do certain works without compensation, if them lock you up in a house until they say you can't come out, and I use that over you, you can self-petition under VAWA, and that is available to women and men.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man, we know say people, woman file phone and thing like that and whatever, and then abusing her, telling her for this. Me I laugh because I'm sorry, me have a client. Believe it or not, Auntie Donna going to use court. She file fame, and then before she file fame, him tell her say him don't do certain things. And then after she filed shame, she tell him say him have to do certain things, and him saying not doing it. Right? And he put on his foot saying not do it, and she said you have to do it. There's whatever this and that. And based on how that evolved or whatever, him get through.
Or because she that try force him behind him will to do something when him no want to do.
He was able to prove through text messages that it was already established that him don't do that something there.
Yeah.
And then it's after that now I get, because you can't just go in the go here saying and it's a good thing him have it in a text and whatever. When she explicitly said, you look like you don't want your papers, you need to go down on your knee and come do so and so and so and so
yeah.
and so and so. And he get you for that, right? Because the man saying don't do that thing there. You understand?
Yes.
But the point I'm making is once you have a spouse that try, and usually they're more serious than that, but once you have a spouse that try force you to do something and think, particularly after them file for you and whatever, you can self-petition, right? There are some ways, depending on the circumstances of your case, where you can self-petition, even if they're not filed for you yet. Right? But if you can show, for example, say, them the promise them have a file for you and thing like that and whatever, if you have evidence to support that, and you're done married already, for people who contact me and say, him they promise to marry me or she promise to marry me, don't even bother bring your money come.
True.
Right? And I know that there are some lawyers who take on money with them something there. You pretty much not going to get through for somebody who promised to marry you, right? USCIS not going to give you nothing because you were promised something and the person break the promise, right? Right? You start getting, you start being qualified to self-petition after you're married, right? And you have a stronger case to self-petition if you're married and the filing go through, the filing put in, and then the person start farm fool or disrespect you and whatever this and that, you can self-petition under VAWA. And again, I want men to know that you can do it too if you have a male relative in another position there, because sometimes the man, them not think that way there. Alright, it's just like them condition if you not think, say, oh, I'm being abused. It's like it's not a masculine thing to do, it's not a manly thing to do, and think, but listen to me, quite a few men get through under VAWA with that, okay?
All right, next question. Auntie, my uncle came up on a visitor's visa, got ill. He's now being treated for cancer and up to close to 6 months. What's the process to extend to avoid messing up his visa? Him say come up here and get treatment for cancer.
Yes, he has to apply for an extension of the visa.
Okay.
And just show proof, like in a situation like that now, that's get the hospital records and thing with all the dates and everything on it of the treatment where I get and the seriousness and the severity of the illness and so forth. You put that in for the extension.
Okay. Next one. What can happen to a person who received a removal order and remarry the person once had a green card? Can the person get back a green card?
Say that again?
Read it over. What can happen to a person who received a removal order and remarried the person once had a green card? Can the person get a green card? When they say removal order, they mean to them. What do they mean by?
They were told to move, ordered by the court to leave.
Oh, they remarried.
Yes, and then them remarried.
Yes.
Once you remarry and you're in the country, you can apply to adjust your status. That one is a 50-50 because USCIS is now in a position to say, why did you go and remarry given that you were given a removal order to leave. So, and I guess I know you get in at the intricacies of the thing. For example, say you were given a removal order, say if you leave in 30 days or 60 days. If you got married before that time, you know, you're in a better shape, you know. But say like the time passed where you did for leave now and then you got married after, you know, and them little details that will come out in the consultation now if there's a way forward. You understand, Amanda?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one. Good night, Auntie Dana. I got married to a Jamaican guy, brought him up here. I am 60 years old and he is 39 going on 40. He got his green card. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Good night, Auntie Dana. I got married to a Jamaican guys and brought him up here. He got his green card. Why me that one in my heart heavy if you read it. I mean,
No, man, read it, man. It sounds good.
he got his green card and I am 60 years old and he's 39-year-old going on to 40. From he got his green card, he is a changed person. From he got his green card, he is a changed person. I cannot talk to him. I cannot go anywhere with him. He leaves and come back in all a week time. And the other day we had an argument and he packed his bag and I can't get in contact with him. What can I do to revoke his green card and send him back to Jamaica? Because he never had a problem with me when I was getting married to him. But now he comes here and don't want to deal with me in the way he used to deal with me in Jamaica. I am so embarrassed and my sons are so upset with me. He has left and I don't have any contact for him. So basically he used me to get a green card. I am glad Donald Trump is in power. Tell me how I can go about revoking his green card.
Well, you can just send in an appeal for a revocation of the sponsorship, particularly if he's in a conditional status, which he would still be in because he has to be in that for 2 years. And it sounds to me like him is recently this thing happened, right?
So so she basically after sending him allegedly on come for me. Remember if somebody message me. Make Mr. Raga answer. Make me come in and all up.
No, she can send in a revocation of the the sponsorship with an explanation of what she said she was, outsmarted, she was used and so forth. That will be on record. And then now, he's now in a position, remember him in a conditional status, So at most now, if him are going now to take off him conditional status now, and him are going by himself now, when him going, whatever him say, it will come up against what she said. And in those cases, most of the time, him have a lose. And but you do have cases though where somebody filed for somebody, them get the green card, and then the person who did the filing is the one who is the abuser, right? And then the person who them file for have to leave because of what them I got through. And then that person now have to self-petition basically to remove the conditional status, and they then would explain, say, yeah, she filed for me, I'm filed for me, and him did a treat me so, and him disrespect me that way, and bring him man for me, and whatever, I fling up me this and that, and whatever, and blah, 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 blah. And then that person can get the conditional status removed and get them 10-year green card. So it can go either way. But in most cases, the person with the bigger strength there, are the sponsor.
Okay.
So like if she's sending something now and go say so and so and so, that I mean supper.
He is accusing me of verbally abusing him. I cry so much from I'm married to this man. I have never cried like that in my life. But he is now claiming that I abused him verbally when he was here. I am going to reach out to Mr. Ragashanti I got the number off the live. Thank you, Auntie Dana. This is really heart wrenching for me tonight to talk about.
She said she has 60 and him at 39.
Going to 40.
I should bring him up from Jamaica.
Yes, Raga.
I said, and they touch it. Next question.
Yes. Next question. Hold on. Next question. Okay, so this lady say, the lady first, a message here with the blue, say, how do I go about helping my uncle to get the extension? So, did I tell you they did that her uncle in the hospital?
Right. Well, I can do that for her, of course. I work now, but I can do that for her.
Okay, so Mr. Raga, hold on. Let me tell her.
And again, my number for you to send a text, it's 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. And then you just contact me for all your filing. And if you know anybody else who need to do them filing and thing or whatever, contact me and I could take care of it as soon as possible.
Okay, yes. Okay, Mr. Raga, one more. Come on, you might be one guy, you better with it say 1 hour.
No man, go through man.
All right. This lady want to know. My mother was working overseas in America for about 14 years with her family. She never had any papers. My mother got sick and she returned home back to Jamaica, but she can't go back. She's now currently sick. We reached out to the family who she was working with, and because she didn't have any papers, they don't want to compensate her. Do you think we can get a lawyer to get help from my mother? Because I think they owe my mother because she was working with them from the child was a baby to the child is now in their 17. And my mother is now sick and here in Jamaica and no money, no form of compensation. But the problem is she didn't have any papers to work in America. She not gonna get nothing.
That is not a matter that I deal with. I just deal with straight immigration. But what I'm hearing is that the mother was working and getting paid. And that the mother left and go back to Jamaica and she gets sick right now.
So she,
And that
so what it should basically I said the mother never have no papers but was working. So the mother can't sue them now nothing because that what she was doing was illegal. So and she
no. She could sue them, and in particular, she could sue them under U visa. If somebody exploit you in terms of labor, if somebody exploit you in terms of labor inside of the country, inside of the United States, you can self-petition under U visa. The only thing though is that when you self-petition under U visa, it must involve law enforcement. You have to make a report to law enforcement, and then there's a form of law enforcement have to fill out and thing and whatever. So you have to provide proof of this thing. So the U visa, it came about to help undocumented people who were being exploited criminally, but were afraid to testify and to help law enforcement. So the U.S. government came up with this visa to protect them so that law enforcement can do their work. So in a case like this, she would have to, but again, I don't do them type of something, so she'd have to sue the family and think, now the U visa I can do. And then you also have the T visa. And the T visa is specifically related to human trafficking. So if somebody promise you work and bring you up in the country for you to do certain work, and then when you come here, you're not doing the work with them say if you do, and worse, them have you a force if you do certain things where you don't want to, particularly if it's sexually related. You can self-petition with a T visa. That is, you don't need nobody for file for you, can file for
For
yourself.
yourself, yes.
But again, with the U visa and the T visa, you have to, when you self-petition, you have to be helping law enforcement in some way with an investigation into the criminal act that was perpetrated on you.
Okay, this a good evening, Raga. Recently married a citizen trying to put my petition, but notice the I-765 was not added to the paperwork. I don't know what is that. I
Um,
I-765.
she basically I said the EAD, but what is she saying about it?
She said the
You know,
I-765 was not added.
yes, but what is she saying about it?
Okay, person to say him say what you're saying about it. What will happen to asylums?
No. Auntie Donna, the I-765 is an EAD employment authorization document, right?
Mm.
So she's basically saying that, basically she filed to adjust status and did not include the EAD. So perhaps she's saying, can she add it now? Yes, you can.
Yes, that is what she asked him to say. The I-765 was not added for the work permit.
Right. So she can put it in after.
Okay.
Yeah.
What will happen to asylum seekers?
Darling dear, it rough pound, Worse if you not come in recently and thing and whatever. Because they're targeting asylum seekers like explicitly, particularly if you came over the border, right? And particularly if you came during the Biden administration. They're targeting those. And unfortunately, the U.S. Supreme Court recently ruled that USCIS can revoke anything that it gave. Right?
So what you're saying, Mr. Raga, if somebody get them asylum status like them work permit and them social, it can revoke?
Yes, it can be revoked. And the court not only say USCIS can revoke it, the court said there's a term in law, it's called standing. And basically say standing is like this basis of. So it's like saying, do you have any basis here to conduct judicial review? Judicial review just means the court go and examine the matter and make a ruling. And what the Supreme Court said was that when it comes to revocation, USCIS making revocation, the Supreme Court, the top court, said courts don't have any standing to exercise judicial review over USCIS revocation. That is a fancy way of saying, don't even come to the court for any relief. Because you're not going to get it, because we are not even allowed to even look when that. USCIS can't take back anything when they get. So this is a recent ruling. So this is the climate now that the Trump administration, with its goals of mass deportation, they are coming in with that type of permission from the court. So basically, all who get asylum, it can be taken back.
Oh, Jesus.
All who are
and so much of them on social media will get here give themselves trouble, Mr. Raga. And so much of them see on social media will have asylum and get it on phone and give themselves trouble.
And take them back. They can take them back in one full sweep, and they can literally say, all I want to get asylum from Biden, they did in a power, whatever it is. We'll take it back. They can do that. Will they do that? I don't think so. Will they do it with some? They might. And things like that. They can say, all I want to come in on asylum, but on a court hearing, never come up yet. Them can attempt, to say, all right, we're not about to go into nothing, we'll just leave. Right. No, but those people, I would think, they can do and get litigation for contest that, But I don't do litigation.
Okay.
I don't go in court.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't go in court for them. I find yeah, asylum lawyers, asylum and refugee lawyers. Let me tell you something. Biden come in with one thing, yeah, with one app, right? Name CPB or whatever app. So when you come for asylum, you wait. You wait outside. It's like 38,000 people and thing. Mr. Man just shut down that.
yeah. Me see some of them did that cry.
A ball, yeah, man, or
Yeah.
whatever. Just shut it down. Shut it. These are who did go through the thing and whatever, and them in the system now, and them just wait for them here
Oh, so
that
I
thing.
never them over the gate when I come in yet.
No, they attack, yeah. The CBB app, Yeah, man, and him just shut down that. But what I'm
Instant.
saying is they were already in the system,
Mm-hmm.
They were already in the system, right?
Yes.
And I wait for them look a day in court and all them something. And then basically just tell them said, no matter, we're not even considering it
So
anymore.
them all send them one back.
No, well, those that I'm just telling about them already outside.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, given that they did that, it means they, based on how them behave right them can consider for say, boy, all I want to know in here too, who are we at a court hearing to or whatever, we have a send on a back to them.
Wow. Wow.
But remember,
So Mr. Ragashanti, like for example, we over TikTok and we see some of them behave bad and them they on asylum status. And Donald Trump pay money for send them home back. For people report them. People now we report them like how them see them on phone and go answer and know say them now no asylum them under.
Listen to me. There's certain things me not get involved in, but let me just say this. Because Jamaican
A
people
lot of them over there when they come out, yeah.
All right, put it this way. There's a whole bunch of us, my colleagues and myself, we observe some things on social media, and when we talk, we're like, then does a person have sense or whatever? It's really simple, Even if you have people who believe that, them schedule an asylum hearing, right? Schedule an asylum hearing, you have a set of people out there. You must know what them. Just because them get a social security number and work permit, them think them home free,
Oh. Them think so them can't revoke it, so them carry on.
No, man, them think for good, My thing come in, man. Because them give me social security number and work permit. All that is saying is, we know you have a long wait for your court date. We know when you're out there work this out the thing. Work and pay with taxes. That's all it is. And the minute you're not approved, your work permit is immediately cancelled.
All right. Secondly, Auntie Donna, if my child overstayed their visa and going to school here without paper, should I be concerned for the child?
Yeah, the child can be deported.
Child?
Yeah.
So who am I going to deport the child to?
They'll find some way to do it.
Wow. So there's a thing come out where they say Donald Trump say I'm going to schools, church, public places where we never expect him to go. So if they're going to school, for example, ICE raid a school and children in there who are undocumented, can ICE detain those children?
Yes, they can. Some of the schools are planning to fight back, but yes, they can.
So they can take up children without their parents' consent? If say them not no papers? Children?
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
Wow.
And then now, in fact, that is what I'm doing. And when people brought up the same concerns, what you are saying, you know what them saying in response to that?
Yes.
They were like, no, we're going to do what we have to do. And if you want to be deported with them, you go deported with them, but we have a deport over deport. So them say, and then they explicitly said, we have no problem deporting our families, even if, you're legal. And you basically say, you have to deport this person, you can't deport this person, you can't do without this person. what them basically says, you can't go with them.
Oh, I think I hear that this morning. So, so the person that messaged me about the child, Mr. Ragashanti, is basically saying once a child is illegal, ICE can take the child from school and so they can deport a child, Mr. Raga, without an appearance.
Listen, they have done worse than that with children before.
Oh.
Okay, but I mean, I get into that.
Okay, yes, sir. You have to know what
yeah,
you're
but
saying.
basically, they have made it very clear that if you're undocumented and we want to deport you, we have to deport you. It no matter what you say about age or whatever. And if you want to go with the person who we are deport, basically they said if you're a citizen, right, and we have a deport somebody who's undocumented, whether your spouse, your picnic, or whatever. If you want to go, you can go live with them, but we have a deport who think so we have to deport.
Okay, Mr. Ragashanti, I have two child, and I am now pregnant with my third child. I don't have any papers, but my kids were born here. Will they deport me pregnant?
I don't know how to answer that, darling. I don't know how to answer that one. But what I'll say to you is you need to get those two kids certified as quick as possible, right? And that is an N600 certification of citizenship. You need those two children certified. And the Birthright Citizenship ban that the president has signed in an executive order. It is being contested, and there's a possibility, well, there's a strong possibility that when it gets to the court, there might be an injunction on the bond, basically said it cannot yet go into effect until a matter is settled in the courts, right? So if you're pregnant right now and your child born or whatever, I would advise you to right away seal it up with seal up a certification of citizenship with the child right away,
So as you said, she have two child who is born and one pregnant. She pregnant with one now. So if the child gets citizenship, that can save her from being deported?
No. If her two children get citizenship, it won't necessarily save her. And that is what I'm saying, that they have explicitly said. They're very clear about it, that, all right, so the two kids get citizenship. What they're saying is, whoever deport you anyway and send you picnic them with you, your two citizens picnic them with you.
So them can come back after a while.
They're very clear about that. They're very, very clear about that.
So the children can come back?
No, the children can't come back.
Wow.
Yeah, but the person being deported can't come back. But in other words, that is their way of saying, don't believe your citizen children going to save you now. We're not buying that anymore. That is what they're saying explicitly.
Okay, Auntie asked Raga, when he said get all your documents together to put in the papers, what should you have apart from the marriage certificate? So someone said when you say get all your documents.
No. That's when you talk to me, I give them details.
Okay, you can't tell you that. That's a feel.
Yeah. So, and each person to, there's some standard things: birth certificate, biographical page of passport, I-94 arrival, departure record, and so forth. But depending on who you are, you may have to also send in, your divorce dissolution, or something that you didn't marry before or whatever, So, but them type of something they don't like in terms of documents required. That is not for this show. That is when you talk to me.
Talk to him, all right.
Yeah.
True. That's when you talk to him. Somebody said, thank you so much, Mr. Raga, very informative. I am going to reach out to you.
And again, people, let me tell them a number again. Send me a text and just briefly explain your situation. Remember, consultation is $120. Consultation is $120. Again, consultation is $120. However, if
Okay.
you have a quick question, me not a problem answer it. It would be unreasonable for me to go to take $120 from you to answer a quick question. The problem is, no phone on it's a quick question, man.
And it go for
And
1
then on
hour.
the start, give me one epistle and long thing what the boy did do. And when me and him go Olive Garden and all them something there and whatever. And then we're going in a consultation. Or you ask
Yes.
one question and as soon as I answer that question, it lead to a next question and whatever. Me just be very clear to you. I'm going to be polite but firm in saying that if it's a consultation issue, it's $120. And again, my number is for you to send me a text and briefly explain, what is the immigration matter. The number is 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249.
Good night, Auntie Dana. Big up yourself on this live. Tell Raga I am one of his longtime fan from radio days. I went down to Jamaica last year and meet on this lady and decided to marry her to bring her up. But when I think about it, I am not going to waste my money because this woman is younger than me. So I called her and tell her I am not going to do it. Although I spend up a lot of money for her to buy things. But Mr. Raga, something in me telling me that this woman don't want me. As as me sit down, yes so, and listen to the lady talk about the guy in his 30s, the woman that I was going to marry to in her 30s. I'm not going to do nothing. I am going to allow all the little money I spend up down there to go, cause them your people here are wicked. Look in people to use.
Follow your mind and follow your heart. All right, huh?
What a way to end the life, guys. Me have a no sorry man say but in the mind, but when it's long I hear lady say she married to a young man. Him not thinking man. I have to bad thing that joke.
Laugh, no.
I know me a laugh
All
in a
right.
raga on my face. Cause me
Yeah,
not
man.
laugh, me can't be the host and I laugh. You know, we
You
spend
see.
1 hour and 30 minutes, guys, and we do the 2, 3 hour out there, so that a 4.5. You know, thank you guys so much for having us, for coming with us, Mr. Raga. Give
Mm-hmm.
out your number one more time, how to reach out to him. And if you want to meet
Uh,
him in person, you might go there shades up, Winter Wonderland, and you can book him, consult with him, talk to him. See, I remember him at party. Him not come for no answer no last question, but after he was gonna be there, you guys can meet up with the great Ragashanti. Ragashanti, end the
all right.
show, please and thanks.
And again, that is this Sunday, Auntie Dana birthday party this Sunday at the Chateau Mall Resort. That is on Inverary Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We want to come out again. And I remember say it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It starts. That's this Sunday, the 26th. Chateau Mar Resort, Inverary Boulevard, Auntie Dana Winter Wonderland birthday party hosted by yours truly, Ragashanti. Music by one of the greatest DJs ever, DJ Roy. And we're looking forward to that. We're going to have a whole heap of fun. We're going to have nice time. All right. Regarding immigration matters, again, send me a text and briefly explain your situation. And the number that you're going to send that to is 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. One more time. 929-400-1249. If you know anybody who need immigration help, forward the number to them. If you know anybody in a position where they will benefit from my counsel or from my help in terms of them completing whatever filing it is they're doing, just forward the number to them, 929-400-1249. Send me a text, briefly explain your situation, 929-400-1249. Blessings, people. Do take care.
All
If
right.
you're in a position where you're undocumented, I honestly and sincerely wish you all the best. You know, if there are no options for you or whatever, a thing like that, you know, if you think there are no options, talk to somebody. You never know. And then, you know, just handle your business, keep out your mouth, and stay out of trouble.
Amen.
And, you know, be blessed.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ragashanti.
Yeah, man.
All right. I can't wait to see us weekend.
Chopper.
All right.
Okay.
Bless up. Thank you. All right. The man himself there, guys. Immigration lawyer, Jamaican extraordinaire. Mr. Ragashanti and Auntie Dana talks immigration. And hear him say, don't worry yourself. What I fear for God work and say, them are going to come there, so them are going to big place, like factories and all different type of place where people, them know people targeted like certain area, and them are going for the blue state them. But not say them not going to come there. But now panic, trust God, pray. And it never too late for you show rain for you start out yourself and not feel intimidated and feel like because them say this and again be careful even as you hear him say if you have a asylum status and you have the work permit it can be revoked and you go right one back with no questions asked. Alright? Love you guys. Tomorrow morning we get the rest of the ticket. You understand? Want to get a cup of tea, me feel cold, you know. And the little, turn on the heating in there yet. So thank you guys. It was a beautiful live. Like up the live. And if you are not yet a subscriber to this channel, like, share, and subscribe. Big up on yourself. One pack of shop. And guess what? Weekend Auntie Dana Winter Wonderland. And guess what? Auntie Dana, I never even know no Chrissy the Great. Auntie Dana bring winter come, snow come to Florida. Last time I come here, start no. The last time I storm, them say me bring come. I mean, remember, you know, they said Auntie Dana make storm come. And me come America come make storm come. Well, this time, me come up, what a blessing that I travel with. Me come America come make snow come for Winter Wonderland. So, when you come out, Winter Wonderland down here, when you come, you go book up in the winter and snow. So, come out is something that you guys don't want to miss. It's not too late. You have tomorrow. And you can go into the shops. I don't know if the line are going to close down. But purchase your ticket or go at these outlets and get your ticket. You have until Saturday. And we have space for you. Don't worry yourself. Come on out and let us celebrate Planka Boss' birthday. First ever birthday in Florida, in America. And we have some tickets to give away. But yeah, what? Tomorrow morning, live on the big platform and everybody wake up and Freddy, you know, ready and up, we give out those tickets. So we have to give them out. Thank you guys so much for sitting with Auntie Dana over 2,000. You know, God bless you. It's a pleasure. Love you guys. Please, if you can't do good, don't do bad. Focus, give God thanks, prayer, and give God thanks and ask God for grace and mercy. Love you guys. Show somebody some love. Have a beautiful night. Remember to say your prayers before you go to your bed. Give God the glory. See you guys tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out. And drink the cold water.